Hello, my name is Joy from the School of the Native English Speakers. I am an English teacher with over 5 years of experience working with children, with teens and adults. For my lessons, I make use of the Oxford Headway books for different levels of English. I use other specialized books like the Grammar Space. Now, the Grammar Space helps students that needs to work on the grammar. I also make use of online materials that can be very effective for learning. For my lesson, I prefer to use the Zoom app because the Zoom app makes learning easier and more interactive because of the different features of the app. We have features like the screen share. The screen share helps me to share my notes with the students, helps us to watch videos together and do other things together. Now, the white paper. The white paper helps me to make illustrations during the lessons. I have the annotation tools that helps me to draw, to write, and it also helps my students to write on my screen. Now, it is very important for you to understand the basic function of the Zoom app, like starting a conference meeting, also switching on audio and also turning it off likewise. Now, for every 10 to 12 lessons, my students summarize all that they have learned so that I understand what needs to be worked on. From my years of experience, I have learned that for you to raise your level of English from one level to another, you have to study at least twice a week for 2 to 3 months. Now, that will be all for today. And I want you to sign up with me today to raise your English level to another level. Thank you for listening.
Hi, my name is Naomi. I am a native English speaker, and today I'll be taking you through how I teach my A1 students. But before we get started, I would love to take you through the plan, and sometimes I call it my methodology of teaching my A1 students. Alright, so let's get started. The first part of my lesson covers the speaking aspects. This is where I'll allow my students to express themselves. This is where my students have the Hi everyone, so it's me again, Naomi, your favorite English teacher. So today I'm just here to remind you that being consistent really pays. Sometimes you might not feel up to it to learn, like I used to tell my students, but when you are consistent at learning, you will definitely be successful at it. So take care of yourself, have a good day, and
is Florence. I teach English as a second language to both adults and children. I have over 5 years experience as a teacher. For learning purposes, I make use of Headway books to teach my students. I use the Headway books because it has different levels of English proficiency. It has the elementary level, it has the pre-intermediate level, the intermediate, the upper intermediate, and the advanced level. I also make use of games like word search, pictures, and words for my students that are children to make lessons fun and exciting for them. For lesson purposes also, I use the Zoom program for lessons because it makes it much more easier and interactive. In Zoom programs, you can participate in lessons, you can do homework. I can also use some features to highlight where I am working on and where you should focus on. You can also participate by also writing with your own screen. And to use the Zoom program, all you need to do is to download it on the internet. After downloading it on the internet, then you install it on your device. It's very easy and very convenient to use. Then also, once I send you the link for lesson, you need to unmute your video and unmute your audio. That way I can see you and I can also hear you when you speak. Then I give my students homework. Remember Remember, as the saying goes, practice make perfect. The more you practice, the better you become. So I engage my students with homeworks of what was learned in lesson so that they can become more and more better. At the end of 10 lessons, I evaluate my students to check their progress. I do a revision of what has been learned so far in lessons. Don't forget that in lesson, we learn grammar rules, we learn vocabulary, we learn speaking, reading, and we also practice listening skills also. This makes a student to be 360 degrees sound in English language. Have a session with me. You can follow the link at the end of this video. Thank you so much and goodbye.
Hello, I'm an English teacher. I don't just teach English, business English, IT English, and of course, medical English. Or you want to prepare for interviews in English. Or you're a student that want to write international English exams, SAT, SAT, or TOEFL. I can help you. I don't want you to just see me as a teacher, I also want you to see me as a friend and help you get to your desired English level, pass your interview, or improve all areas or any area in English. So why not join me next when we learn English and get you what you desire.